Welcome back. I'm here with the author of Vanderbilt, The Rise and Fall of an American Dynasty, Anderson Cooper. Now, the book is this book is a lovely tribute to your mom.
Yeah.
In many ways, and who passed away, as you said, in 2019. And she was a public figure from the time she was a baby, as you said, appearing on
and
the
that's
cover
actually
of the New
her
York
on the
Times.
cover with her mom.
That's Gloria, her mother, and little Gloria.
Yeah, my mom
right
was.
there.
I mean, my mom was just this amazing. I always viewed her from the time I was little. My dad died when I was 10, as you know, and I viewed my mom as sort of this like E.T., like this space alien whose spacecraft had crash landed on Earth, and it was my job from the age of 10 on to like help her rent apartments and buy groceries and sort of navigate modern times.
Mm-hmm.
She was.
What was it like to have her as a?
I mean, she was great. She was, she was not the kind of mom who, did stuff for you. But
one of the hallmarks of being a mom is doing stuff for your kids.
That's overrated. Dinner, meals.
Sure.
We had a lot of aquavit in the refrigerator, and that was pretty much it. That and Cars water
Swedish
biscuits.
liquor? Is that what aquavit is?
Liquor. Yeah,
sure,
something. Man, didn't taste good. But yeah, no. But she was just kind of nutty. I mean, she would come up with just ludicrous ideas. I'll tell you the story. I've never actually told this on TV before. But when she was she died when she was 95. When she was 85, I get this call from her. She's like, honey, there's something I really need to talk to you about. Which in my mom's vocabulary, that meant like, I'm redecorating the apartment and you're gonna pay for it and then I'm gonna redecorate it like a week later. And you're gonna pay for that too. So I had to steel myself. I finally go over to my mom's house. I'm like, okay, Mom, what is it you want to talk about? She said, well, the most incredible thing happened. I said, well, wow, what is it? I was like, oh my God, what can this be? She said, well, I went to the gynecologist last week, which I was like, really? I mean, okay, Mom. It wasn't that unusual for her to start a sentence like that anyway. And so she's like, well, and she told me the most amazing thing. She told me I could still bear a child. Now, when my mom said this kind of stuff, as she often did, you couldn't be negative, meaning you couldn't be realistic and tell her what you actually thought or try to talk sense into her. You had to be supportive. So,
because the last time an 85-year-old woman bore a child was in the Old Testament, I think.
Something like that, yeah. So, sometimes people wonder like how during interviews I just stay like stone-faced and listen to people say bad, crazy things. I grew up with Gloria Vanderbilt. So I'm sitting there. Anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, don't be negative, but how do I convince my 85-year-old mom not to have a child right now? Because that's a question we've often asked ourselves, I'm sure all of you have. It's a very relatable story. So I start saying things like, well, Mom, first of all, Mom, I find that fascinating and incredible that a licensed gynecologist told you that you could have a baby at 85. But, I think you need to think about it. I think you need to take some time with it.
Big decision.
And it's very labor intensive, no pun intended. And, and let's do some math. Let's see, you're 85. When the child goes to college, you'll be, 105. How does that math sound to you? Anyway, she says to me, honey, I'm not talking about having a child of my own. I mean, that's crazy. I'm 85. I was like, oh. Okay, great, of course. Yeah, I know, it is nuts. So what are you talking about? She was like, well, you can get an egg anywhere nowadays. I was like, uh-huh. She's like, well, what I was thinking is you get an egg and, fertilize it with your sperm and I'll carry your child. Yeah. Yeah. So we tried it and I was just stunned. And I finally said to her, I was like, Mom, I love you. But even for you, that is just bat crazy. That's just nuts. I was like, that is so like weirdly Oedipal on a whole other level. That kid would be on the front page of the New York Post for the rest of its life. Like, then, fast forward 2 years later, I get a thing in the mail that my mom has sent me, because that's how we communicated. And it's a newspaper clipping, and it's a photograph. The article, the headline is, Grandmother Bears Child for Son. And it's some woman, I think in Italy, who I think was like 65 or something, or 70, and it's a photo of her in the labor room, in the stirrups, and it's her, and she had a gay son and his husband, and it was the husband's sperm that fertilized the egg that his partner's was carrying. Anyway, the photo is she's in the delivery room with her legs in a thing, and her son and his husband are right there, ready to catch. And my mom has circled it and then written in a note, "See!" exclamation mark.
You're a bad son.
Yeah, that's
You're a bad son.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much more to talk about, but there's no more time left in the
I know,
world.
I'm sorry, that was a long
No,
story.
it's fantastic. I do have one other thing to say. Legally, when you're here, we have to show the adorable picture of you and your
yes.
son, Wyatt, right
Yeah.
there. And
He's so great.
what do you hope, now that you finally embraced the other half of your family by writing about the Vanderbilts, what do you hope your son gets from knowing about his extended
I mean,
family?
I really did kind of write it as a letter to my son. My dad had written a book about his family growing up in Mississippi that became incredibly important to me because he died when I was 10, and it really was, he wrote it as a letter to my brother and I because he knew he probably wasn't going to see us grow into adulthood. And I hope to be around for my son, but I didn't know what I would tell him about the Vanderbilts, which is why I really started to do this research. And I hope he takes away from it, I hope he makes up his own mind about how they lived and the choices they made, and certainly the mistakes that they made, and the contributions that they made in some ways. But I hope he sees it as something from his, a small part of his family's distant past. But I hope he just, it's a story from his past, but I hope his future, he knows, is his to write for himself. And that he shouldn't be beholden or view himself as a Vanderbilt. He doesn't have that name. That's not who he is. And he gets to write his own story moving forward.
Well, Anderson, it's always lovely to talk to you, here or on the phone. His book, Vanderbilt, The Rise and Fall of an American Dynasty, is available now. Anderson Cooper, everybody. We'll be right back with a performance by John Mayer.